Yeah, this isn't your mamby-pamby, hocus-pocus bullshit you get on the mainstream media. This is real news, congressional hearings, and I'm only going to play the choicey bits to keep the video short. And I'll have the full video in the links. And this is how I know Hillary Clinton, unless the people of this country get motivated enough to go out and vote against her, will be the next president. Because this woman's unstoppable. You can't stop her. There's a litany of charges that you just got to hear.
The word on Capitol Hill is that this is a huge cover-up by no one less than FBI Director James Comey himself. Could it be true? Could the head of the FBI be participating in a conspiracy to protect Hillary Clinton? According to reporter Paul Sperry of the New York Post, this is looking more and more like an FBI whitewash or cover-up of criminal behavior by the Democratic nominee and her aides. For example, with Comey's approval last year, Justice Department prosecutors made a deal with Hillary's IT person, Paul Gambetta, for immunity from prosecution in exchange for his full cooperation and honest testimony. However, members of the House Judiciary Committee said at a hearing yesterday that Gambetta lied last February 18th when he told prosecutors that he had no idea that the emails he deliberately deleted, then double cleansed from the system with a super eraser program called BleachBit, were under congressional subpoena, which ordered them to be preserved as evidence. There is no question about it. This man must be tried, hopefully convicted, and sent to a federal prison for a long, long time, unless he gives us real testimony about someone higher up on the food chain. Otherwise, our legal system stands for nothing but punishment for the peons, whilst the lords get nary a slap on the wrist. But it gets worse. In a second interview on May 3rd, nearly 5 months ago, Gambetta admitted he did know that those emails were to be preserved as evidence. But he still deleted them and then refused to reveal what he discussed with Clinton's former aides and a lawyer during a 2014 conference call about deleting them. So let's get this straight. Gambetta admitted perjury, and instead of jail time, he gets additional immunity. And for what reason, other than to get another Clinton close confidant off the hook? If our system of justice is to mean anything, it must deal most harshly with those who are the most powerful, not the reverse. Instead of revoking his immunity and throwing him in jail to think it over, FBI Director Comey let him slide because he said Gambetta was a low-level guy. This is not the way it's done, and Comey's actions have left real prosecutors shaking their heads in disbelief over the complete perversion of our system of justice. According to Representative John Ratcliffe, Republican from Texas, when I was at the Department of Justice, your reward for lying to a federal agent was a potential obstruction of justice charge. It wasn't immunity. Clinton and her minions have gone to incredible lengths to destroy evidence, and the director of the FBI is passing it by with a yawn. According to the New York Post, the following key evidence has been deliberately destroyed. A personal Apple email server used by Clinton in her first 2 months in office, an Apple MacBook and thumb drive that contained her email archives, which was lost in the mail, 2 BlackBerry devices that were missing SIM cards and SD data cards, 13 mobile devices either lost or smashed with hammers, server backup files that were deleted, copies of emails located on the laptops of Cheryl Mills and another aide who got immunity that were wiped clean with software called BleachBit after the Benghazi committee sought the documents, Clinton's server email archive, which was deleted using BleachBit by Gambetta after the emails were subpoenaed, backups of the server email files, which were manually deleted. According to Congressman Ratcliffe, a former federal prosecutor, any one of those in that long list says obstruction of justice. Collectively, they scream obstruction of justice. Ignoring such evidence means, according to Ratcliffe, that maybe the decision was made a long time ago not to prosecute Hillary Clinton. In yesterday's hearing, Director Comey took the criticisms personally.
That I think there are lots of questions people have, which is why I've worked so hard to try and be transparent. There's never been this kind of transparency in a criminal case, ever. But because I understand the questions and the importance of it, I've tried. But I hope people will separate two things: questions about facts and judgment from questions and accusations about integrity. As I said before, you can call us wrong, you can call me a fool. You cannot call us weasels, okay? That is just not fair. And I hope we haven't gotten to a place in American public life where everything has to be torn down on an integrity basis just to disagree. You can disagree with this. There is just not a fair basis for saying that we did it in any way that wasn't honest and independent. That's when I get a little worked up, sorry.
Well, Director...
No. Comey, you are a weasel in a stuffed suit with fake shoulders. You little fucking coward. You're probably being paid off. Fuck the FBI. Fuck the government. This is like it's always been. The police are brutally harsh to us. They're brutally harsh. I've only met one police officer a state police guy who's like halfway decent. All the rest, and that was at like 5 a.m. on my way to work when you know, he obviously felt bad for me because he asked me when I got out, and it was like, 6 p.m. And this whole system is rigged. It's always been rigged. It's always going to be rigged. For those of you who think Bernie Sanders was threatened, here's a little clip to clarify that.
Hi, my name is Ryan Dawson. I've been an anti-neocon before it was cool. If you Google anti-neocons, that will be my site. If you look up anti-Zionist, that is my Facebook name, anti-Zionist. I've been doing this for 17 years. I've written books, I've made movies, I've done radio, podcasts, you name a form of media, I have done it. Even music, I've done everything. How do you continually support people who support Israel and Saudi Arabia, which all of them do actually, but no one more than Hillary Clinton? If you are going to have a turd sandwich versus a whole bucket of turds, which is basically what it is, I implore you to vote for Donald Trump, because Hillary Clinton is the worst. Her and Bernie Sanders voted alike 93% of the time. And I know you don't fucking know that. I know you don't fucking know shit if you're voting for Bernie Sanders, like, enthusiastically, thinking he was going to change shit. He is a quasi-communist, economically illiterate, warmongering, lying asshole. That's what he is. Little Iraqi kids were dying by the hundreds of thousands. He didn't give a fuck. He co-sponsored the bills to put more sanctions on Iraq and Libya and Iran. Bernie Sanders put sanctions on all three countries in the middle of little kids fucking starving to death. And then he gave $1.5 trillion to Lockheed Martin, who gave the seed money to PNAC. Those are the assholes that finance PNAC. Did you fucking know that? Or are you just, feel the burn, I want to smoke weed? Go fuck yourself. You're what's wrong with America. You fucking stupid ass kids in college that just get your only fucking issue is race, and anyone that the media says is racist must be, and they must be. Trump said he doesn't want illegal aliens.
Yeah, that was Ryan Dawson on his criticisms. And if you really look into the voting record of Bernie Sanders, you'll see that he's absolutely correct. I don't agree with him on Trump. I'm not going to vote for Trump. I'm voting for Jill Stein. I advocate third-party candidacy. There's a two-party monopoly on the voting system. Since Ross Perot, they do not let third-party candidates even participate in the debates. You got to ask yourself, why was there a three? You know, you have to do. It's not. I mean, I lived it. I mean, and if you weren't politically aware or knew what was going on, all you have to go back to is 1992, and you had Ross Perot because he had actually real support, and he was allowed in debates, and he wasn't a Democrat or a Republican. So, all people need to be heard if you want to make an intelligent and informed choice. So, the debates that I watched were a sham. Jill Stein wasn't in them, nor was Gary Johnson. And that's not a real debate. You're not hearing from all sides. You're not taking into consideration all facts or all views. And we need to end this two-party monopoly. So I say, in the words of Eugene Debs, the last socialist, and yeah, I'm a socialist in the classic sense where I believe in equality for all. I don't believe in modern socialism where you can take my wealth and not work. But I believe in classic socialism, like in democracy, like in Greece, that everyone has a say and everyone's equal. But if you think you have ownership on my wealth that I work 12 hours a day for, you're fucking wrong. I'll kill you to keep because you're taking my life. And you're not going to take that. Not even the government is going to take that. Sorry.